and welcome back to my modded world. Today we're going to start off in a little bit of a different place than usual. I actually stumbled across this while I was out looking for some chickens, and I'll get into why I was looking for chickens in a little bit, but I stumbled across this, and this is something that I have never ever seen before in any form of Minecraft, vanilla or modded. And what it is a triple ravine. I have never seen a triple ravine before. There's the one that we're in here, intersects with this one here, while it runs more like parallel to it, but they do touch. And there is an intersection right here, and I believe this one intersects both of these ravines. So it is in fact a triple ravine, and I have never seen it before, or never seen one like this before. So I thought that was pretty cool. There was a ton of... I've already kind of raided a little bit of this exposed one here. There was a bunch of bushes, like a lot of bushes. I think there was like 3 or 4 of the of copper bushes. There was 2, maybe 3 experience points bushes, the essence berry bushes, tin bush. I don't think there was an iron bush in this one, but there was just a lot of them. Oh, yeah, there's another copper bush right there. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff in here. Don't know what's in this chest. It spawned it somewhere. Not really sure where it spawned at. I'm gonna leave the spawner alone. That's what I've been doing actually, pretty much since I started. I haven't really killed or destroyed many spawners. I've been just disabling them. The only ones that I've been destroying were the spider spawners that are found underneath those trees. But I probably... Well, no, I'll leave this one alone. Spiders really aren't all that spectacular. All they do is give, string. But anyways, so what we're gonna do is, well, first off, we're gonna get out of this ravine, and I will meet you back at home base, and I will go over what we're gonna do for today. So I'll be right back. Alright, back at base. I actually died out there at the ravine. Just as soon as I was done recording, I had a knock on my door, and my parents had stopped by to, just to stop by, and I forgot to hit escape. I must have been rifling through my inventory at the time, because sometimes I do that. Sometimes if I'm in my inventory and I have to get up, I'll forget to exit out of the inventory and hit escape to pause the game. And we all know that the inventory screen does not pause the game. It does not freeze time. It continues to keep on keeping on. So I came back. I was actually upstairs for quite a while. Probably a half an hour or better. Came back down only to find myself very dead. So I was a little bit worried that I was going to lose some stuff, because I've had some problems in the past with the gravestones not collecting everything, and that was mainly because of additional inventory that you may have had on you. Most specifically, the knapsack that I used to have. Since I got rid of it. Well, I shouldn't say that I got rid of it. I actually didn't even notice that it was missing. I trace it back to, I think it was when we were in the Nether. There's near the end of one of the episodes, it may have actually been that end clip that of the first episode that we were in the Nether. I heard a sizzle, and there was I mentioned that I didn't know what it was, and I looked over my inventory and I still had everything, so I really didn't know what it was. It must have been one of the blocks or something that, because a creeper exploded, or one of the nitro creepers, and knocked me into the lava. So I assumed it was something that a block that had dropped and burned, and it wasn't until quite a while later, a number of episodes later, that I realized that I didn't have a knapsack anymore. And so I can only assume that that is what burned, because the gravestones don't pick those up. Especially if you have a full inventory. I don't think it actually picks the the knapsack itself up. Although it's been a while since I've had that happen to me, because like I said, it's been some time since I've had a knapsack. So I can't recall offhand, but that is why I don't have one anymore. Because I honestly didn't even notice it was missing until just recently. And I didn't really use it all that much for just that reason to begin with, because it doesn't hold stuff permanently. If you die, it just scatters everything all over the place, like you would normally, but the gravestone can't collect it all. So I stopped using it, and I like my golden bag much better. Anyways, moving on. So yeah, but anyways, I died, got all my stuff back, no big deal. The reason that we were looking for chickens is I needed to... Well, let's see, what was it? Oh, my boots. That's what it was. Since last episode, I've done some additional enchanting with the infusion arc upstairs, and I put protection 4 on both the goggles and the boots, so 2 extra levels on each of those. I added feather falling 4 and haste 1. I didn't do haste, up to haste 3 because sometimes the speed on these boots gets me in a little bit of trouble. So I'm going to hold back on the haste, see how it goes, and if I desire more speed, then I will put more speed on it. But for the time being, we're just going to settle with haste 1. As for the goggles, I got aqua affinity and respiration on it. Now, the strange thing about respiration is it doesn't seem to work. Now, I have a feeling that this is from... I mean, you can see how quickly it's going down. That is absolutely no change from what it was before. And I have respiration 3 on the goggles. I have a feeling that is from the mariculture mod. I did notice something in the config files that said a harder difficulty when underwater, something of that nature. And so I do like, because it does go down faster. Like if I didn't have any respiration at all in my helmet, I do like the fact that the air depletes faster than vanilla, because it's a little bit more, a little bit more believable, a little bit more realistic that you can't stay under there all that much, all that long at all. But I don't like that respiration has absolutely no effect on that setting. So I may revert it to vanilla, so that way respiration works as intended. Because I believe the mariculture mod has like scuba gear that it wants you to use when doing underwater stuff, which would be cool. I just wish that it allowed respiration to work as well. So I may disable that. But this is why I needed all the feathers. It was for feather falling because it needed quite a bit of them. Not only for the infusion itself, but also the essentia. So I needed a ton of feathers. I went out and I got chickens, and I got chickens, and I got more and more chickens. And this is what I built to house them. Now, what it is just a little simple chicken coop that I have a vacuum hopper attached to, and it plumbs the eggs up into this autonomous activator, which fires them as soon as it receives them. Now, I turned it off because there's too many chickens not only in there, but everywhere else. And what I think... Yeah, stupid chicken. What I think is happening is when the mods load, when the world loads, there's a split second where... because when the world is unloaded, when I exit, when I close down, and it saves and unloads the world, it saves the position of every entity. Now, what I think is happening is when I load the world, there's a split second where those entities are not contained in anything. They're put back where they were, but the blocks around them, it doesn't see them for a second, and it allows them, if they are crowded in a space like this, like bumping into each other pretty hard, that they will bump each other past where the blocks that hold them in are. Now, I can't confirm this because this is just a theory, But I have been noticing this with the cow farm, or the cow pasture here, for quite some time. Every time I log on, I have less and less cows in here, and more cows just kind of scattered about. Same thing with this is exponentially worse. This only took, like, I think 2 or 3 logins for it to I mean, because there's chickens everywhere, just absolutely everywhere. As far as the eye can see, I have chickens. That's why I turned it off, and I have a couple plans on how to do this a little bit differently. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna sleep real quick. We're going to do a little bit of not remodeling, but addition. I want to make some animal rooms downstairs, like a kind of a spawn type area that will house not only cows, well, I should say NPCs, well, animals really, but also mobs. It'll just be kind of like a one-stop shop for all your slaughtering needs. But before we get into that, I wanted to go over a little bit about what I've done since last episode, because I have not done that yet. I have not said what I've been doing. What do we got? I made... Oh, it's not in here. It's in here. I made... What did I make? Oh, this stuff here. I made a set of shears, and I put silk touch on them. Well, actually, let's back up a little bit. Where is my book? Let's see. Is it this one? No. It's Artifice, I think. Yes. Okay. Infusion Enchantment. Way back in the back. Back here. We got Silk Touch. Now, Silk Touch requires a cobweb, as well as the salt and a iron pickaxe and all kinds of essential down here. So, to get the spider web, the cobweb, I needed Silk Touch shears. I looked for a few other methods to get it without silk touching shears, but I could not find one. And I don't know. I guess I probably could have made a Tinker's Scythe and put a silky gem on it, but I don't think I have any emeralds at the moment. So that was out of the question. And I actually just happened to have, down here with all my enchanted books, I just recently acquired a Silk Touch book because I had something from the Infernal Mobs dropped. I think some sort of tool that had Silk Touch on it. So I stripped it and tossed the rest. And that's where I got my Silk Touch from. So I put it on a set of shears. Turns out, you know what? Before I put that on those shears, I made a set of steel shears because I figured that they would be more durable, and which they are. They're about twice as durable. These can't be enchanted for some reason. I could not put the Silk Touch on the steel shears, only on the regular shears, vanilla shears. So I did that. I got Silk Touch on them, got a couple cobwebs, and the reason that we're looking for the cobwebs is because I want to put Silk Touch on this here. I made a new wand focus, and it is excavation. Now, you can enchant the foci. And what the excavation one does is it mines using your Terra aspect, or the V. And in doing so, you can actually use that foci on this here, the arcane boar. Now, I haven't figured this one out yet. I haven't learned it and researched it, whatever, solved the puzzle. I just know about it from watching various YouTube videos which I really need to stop doing because I spoiled way too much for myself. But I just can't help it. So we're gonna be making this, and I got the focus, the focus on for excavating. We're gonna be putting the silk touch on it, and then setting that up downstairs. Now the reason that no, I just totally lost my train of thought here. So what we're gonna do is I'm going to cut here, figure out what I want to do next, because I got kind of two things going on. Not really sure. Oh, you know what I want to do? I want to test something with these chickens real quick. That's what I wanted to do. I'll get into the Silk Touch arcane board probably in the next episode or two. That is not the main focus of what I wanted to do for this episode. I now remember what it is I want to do, and it involves chickens. So, I'll be right back. I got to gather some supplies and set some stuff up. So, I'll be back in just a minute. Alright, I'm back with some goodies. What I want to do is I want to set up some sort of safety so this doesn't get out of hand, because I had to shut it down, like I said earlier, because it just kept pumping eggs, and this thing became so overcrowded with chickens in a very, very short amount of time. I mean, it was basically, it's a self-replicating chicken pen. It's they just get exponentially more and more packed in there. So what I want to do is set up like a cap for the area. The thought that I had is I would like to set up a grinder, or put a grinder down, but only have it activate if there is over a certain number of chickens, and this goes for cows too. I'd like to set up one for them. But they are not currently the problem. See, I mean, I even got chickens in here too. I have no idea. I mean, it's just ridiculous. So, I want a self-regulating chicken pen, and there is a block or a machine from Minecraft Reloaded called the mob counter, and it says it emits an analog redstone signal proportional to the count of mobs within range. So hopefully I can set that to a certain number. I've never used it, so I don't really know what the interface looks like. I'm hoping that I can custom set what that number is, how many mobs that it detects before it sends out a redstone signal. And then what I want the redstone signal to do is power this. I believe these can be turned on and off. I'm almost sure that they can be with a redstone signal. Now, the only thing I don't know is whether or not grinders will grind up friendly NPCs. If it's only mobs or if it also does friendlies. And I don't know, so we're going to find out. I don't really care. I wonder if it'll go through the glass here. It does. Well, did it? It kind of did. What is it doing? It's out of energy. That's what it is. Well, we can fix that. Where? There's my power cell. I'm gonna go sleep real quick before we get some unwanted guests. No. All right. Looks like we got some unwanted guests anyways. Let's see, where'd they go? Oh, there are all three of them right there. Wonderful. Ooh. Almost got me. Oh, speaking of which, the reason this area is so quiet is because there's actually 3 sound mufflers in this area. There's one right under the dirt somewhere in this area. There's one in the middle of the cow pen, and then there's one in the middle of under here, all underground. And it's nice and quiet, a lot quieter than it used to be. But anyways, back on to what we were doing. We got it. Nope, we gotta set it so it's this one. Okay, so it does go through the wall. So it seems to kill them one by one. Interesting. I thought for sure that it would kill a relatively large group of them. I didn't think it would do them one by one like this. But that's okay, because that's a little more fine-tuned control. Unless it's not killing a whole herd of them. Here, let's try something different here. Let's put it down and give it a full charge before we... Yeah, we'll let this fill up all the way, and then I'll go put it down again, and I'll see what it does. Yeah, there should be enough in there. That's enough to experiment with. All right, should be about done. We'll go put this right back where it was. No, it still only does about one at a time. Okay. No big deal. That's good news. So this may work. As long as, actually, what I should probably check next is whether or not this can be turned on or off. I'm fairly certain that it can. Do I don't have any cobble. No, I don't. So we're gonna make a, let's see, I think I have some, no. I do have a lever. Let's test that out real quick. Let's see if we can I put it directly on it? I can. Okay. That should be, is it running? Well, I don't really know. Let's see what that does. Okay, it is off right now. So it can be. Good. That is good news. Why did that not work? Oh, the idle's got to go all the way down. And then if I turn it off, the idle should go right back up. Yep. That is perfect. Okay, so I am going to gather what I need for this project. Actually, before I even start, there's another block called the slaughterhouse. Now, I don't know if I'll make one of these two and see what this does, because I may be able to save myself some time. This might be kind of an all-in-one block. I don't know, though, because I mean, it's from the same mod. They're both Mine Factory Reloaded stuff, so I don't know if one does kind of a more specialized thing than the other one, or if it's just... because the slaughterhouse might be configurable to do exactly what the grinder and the mob counter combined do. I'm hoping that has, you know, that sort of interaction. We'll find out once I make the stuff. But I'll make the slaughterhouse as well, just because it may save me some time. So I'm gonna make some stuff. I'll cut here, get some stuff in order, and then I'll be back to test it again. Okay, I made a few things, and I got a Got a mob counter and a slaughterhouse on hand. I want to check out the slaughterhouse first. Does it? Okay, that's the front. What? I don't see. It looks like it's just basically a grinder with an extra fluid thing. I wonder if this is for making that liquid meat. I think, which is kind of gross. Unless it only makes liquid meat, and not the mob essence. I don't know if it's. I don't know which of these reservoirs do which. I'm assuming one of them is for the liquid meat, which you can. I think you can compress it into meat ingots and meat blocks, and I believe you can cook it and consume it as food. I'm not really sure. I haven't messed around with it yet. Don't think I will be anytime soon. Maybe I will. Maybe I won't. I don't know. But it is not. It is not the machine that I am looking for at the moment. So let's see what this mob counter does. And it does not have a GUI, it looks like. Let's see. It does. It counts me as one. Let's see what's the range on it. Looks like it does a 5x5, I assume. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I should be detected here and not here. Right here. Yeah, it went away. So it's a 5x5. That's good. Let's see what. Okay, good strong signal there. So this will work. I can configure this to. I wonder if it's one. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's proportional to. Yeah, it's a 1-to-1. 1-to-1 thing. So I can configure that up to. I wonder. No, you wouldn't. No, it wouldn't be able to because they would count. Yeah, it looks like 16 is probably gonna be the biggest that I can do with that. But that's okay because that'll keep it nice and small, keep the lag down. And then once it hits 16, yeah, it'll send a signal to a grinder, turn it on for a second, and it'll drop it back down to yeah. That'll work. Sorry for trailing off there a little bit, but this should work. Let's. I don't want to. Well, oh. Well, I don't have any chickens. I should have known that was going to happen, but that's okay. So I'm going to get one of my safari nets and put a few more chickens in there. I will be right back. Alright, so I got this pretty well set up. I had to invert the signal so that way it once it stops receiving power, it will go, because otherwise it would be running right now. And I have the thing filled up with enough mobs where just one more additional will trigger the grinder, so I'm going to put one in right now. I want to see what it does. Now, did anything happen? It's on. Why is it not grinding? Did it grind anything? It must have. Let's put another one in. I don't see anything happening. It's on right now. Unless it's, can it not? Because the torch is in the way? I wonder if it's trying to pump out an item. Or a group of items. Why is that not working? That should be working. Yeah, that should be working. I don't know why that's not, because it was... I wonder if... Okay. Let's disable this. Make sure it's off. Yeah, I think that was the problem. Now it should grind something up. Let me get rid of this. Okay, this is not working the way that I wanted it to. I don't know. I don't know what I want to do now, because this is... let me try to configure this a little differently. So that way the signal is from the side instead of from the back. That, I think the items is what is screwing this thing up. So, I'm going to try that. I'll be right back. Okay, so it is working just fine now. That is what the problem was. If it couldn't evacuate the items, then it can't grind anymore. So it must have a very small internal inventory where it keeps the items that it grinds until it finds somewhere to put them, and it probably just stops if it can't put them anywhere. So now that I have the back open, it works fine. It as soon as there was enough chickens in there, and I'll test it one more time. So I got one on me. Put one in there. The countdown should start. Yeah, idle time goes down and starts grinding chickens up. And it actually grinds 2. Once it hits the threshold, it doesn't grind 1 to knock it back down to just before it's powered. It actually grinds 2 down, which is okay. That's fine. The other thing that I was just thinking about, this just occurred to me, it's probably not going to be able to differentiate between a baby chicken and an adult chicken. And that's probably going to be a problem. Although it may not be. If I set it up to where it's at the maximum amount of chickens in there, it may not... there's going to be a lower chance of killing the baby chickens. And that's not going to... I mean, if it kills just the baby chickens, then... because obviously they don't drop anything. They don't give you feathers. They don't give you chickens. Or, I mean, the raw chicken. They don't do anything. You just... I think you get... I don't even think you get experience points from it. I don't think they do anything. So that would not be beneficial. I just need to kill the adult chickens. And obviously that is... that detects any entities, not just the full-grown ones. So, I'm just going to actually let this run for a while. Oh, wow. One of the first eggs was one of those quad eggs. It's been a while since I've seen one of that. Yeah, we are... I'm just going to let this run, see what it does. I have a feeling it will kill the baby chickens. In fact, I'm pretty sure it already has, because I think there was more in there just a second ago. Yeah, it is killing them. Okay, so, we'll see. We'll see what this does. I'm going to let this go for a while, because we are about out of time for this episode. In fact, we are out of time for this episode. I'm going to keep an eye on this, let this run, and in the meantime, I'm going to start hollowing out a little bit of space in the basin there for what we want to start building, and then we will focus on that next time. So thanks again for joining me. I hope you enjoyed it, and join me again for the next time. I'll see you all later.